Please take a moment to watch this video. If you watch it till the end, you might save your own life, and you could save many others too just by paying attention to these signs.
I've lived a long life by following just 10 powerful principles, but today, one mistake is costing me my life. Dr. Peter Attia will explain what that mistake is. Please, watch this video carefully. If you ever notice these signs in yourself, you need to know exactly what to do before the doctors arrive, or you could lose your life, just like I am today.
Did you know your chances of having a heart attack double after age 65? That's not fear-mongering. It's a statistical reality. But here's what no one tells you. Age isn't the real villain. What truly matters is how you live after 65. See, aging by itself doesn't cause heart attacks. It simply amplifies the effects of the choices you make every day. The food you eat, the way you move, how much you sleep, the stress you carry. These small, everyday decisions silently shape your heart's future. Most seniors believe heart disease is inevitable, something written into their DNA or sealed by their birth year. But the truth is, your habits, not your age, decide your fate. The heart is a muscle, and like any muscle, it can grow stronger or weaker depending on how you treat it. The scary part? Many people over 60 unknowingly follow habits that quietly wear down their heart over time. No warning signs, no loud alarms, just silent damage, until one day, it's too late. But here's the good news. You're not powerless. In fact, you're in more control than you think. And today you'll discover 10 simple, powerful habits that could not only protect your heart, but extend your life. They're not complicated, they're not expensive, and you don't need a doctor's prescription. Most of them can be done right at home starting today. So whether you're over 60 yourself or care deeply about someone who is, pay close attention. This might be the most important countdown you'll hear all year. 10. Drink enough water. Daily water might seem unrelated to heart health, but dehydration can quietly put your heart at serious risk. As you age, your body becomes less sensitive to thirst, meaning many seniors simply don't feel like drinking water. But that doesn't mean your body doesn't need it. Here's what happens when you're dehydrated. Your blood becomes thicker and more concentrated, making it harder for your heart to pump it through your arteries. This increases your risk of high blood pressure, plaque buildup, and even blood clots, all precursors to heart attacks. In fact, chronic low-level dehydration can silently strain your cardiovascular system for years. The heart has to work harder with every beat, increasing wear and tear, especially dangerous after 65, when your arteries are naturally less flexible. Most seniors reduce water intake to avoid frequent urination or nighttime trips to the bathroom. But the real cost of that habit could be a visit to the emergency room. So what's the solution? Aim for 6 to 8 glasses of water daily. More if you live in a hot climate or sweat often. Don't wait until you're thirsty. Make hydration a ritual. Start your day with a glass of warm water. Find what works. Add a slice of lemon, cucumber, or opt for herbal teas if plain water feels boring. Track your urine color. Dark yellow means you're dehydrated. Light straw color, you're good. Hydration isn't just about preventing fatigue or improving digestion. It's a life-saving habit. One of the cheapest, easiest ways to protect your heart, and yet the most ignored. Don't let dehydration quietly steal your vitality. Drink up. Your heart depends on it. Number 9. Avoid smoking and secondhand smoke. You already know smoking is harmful, but after 60, it becomes catastrophic for your heart. Let's break it down. Smoking doesn't just damage your lungs. It causes your arteries to stiffen, your blood pressure to spike, and your heart to overwork. For seniors whose cardiovascular systems are already more fragile, this is like adding fuel to a fire. Even occasional smoking or exposure to secondhand smoke can trigger heart issues. And here's the part most seniors don't realize. Even if you quit years ago, some damage still lingers. But, and this is critical, quitting now still matters. Within just weeks of quitting, your blood pressure begins to improve, your circulation starts to normalize, and within months, your heart, Disease risk drops dramatically. Even more alarming, just living around a smoker can be harmful. Secondhand smoke contains over 7,000 chemicals, many of which directly harm your arteries. If you smoke, here's your action plan. Don't go cold turkey alone. Talk to your doctor. Join a support group, or use cessation tools. Replace the habit with a walk, deep breathing, or chewing gum. And if you don't smoke, protect yourself. Keep your home and car smoke-free zones. Avoid sitting near smokers, especially in closed areas. Quitting smoking is the single most powerful gift you can give your heart and your future. It's never too late. Breathe easier, live longer, ditch the smoke. For good. Number 8. Get 30 minutes of movement. Daily, your heart is a muscle, and like any muscle, it weakens without use. After 65, staying active isn't just about mobility, it's about survival. Regular movement is one of the most powerful tools for preventing heart disease, and the best part? You don't need a gym membership or high-intensity workouts. Here's what just 30 minutes of daily movement can do. Lower your blood pressure, improve cholesterol levels, boost circulation, stabilize blood sugar, prevent clots. Even a brisk walk around the block can be transformative. And if walking isn't an option, try swimming for joint-friendly movement, tai chi or yoga for balance and blood flow seated exercises. If mobility is limited. But here's the key. Consistency beats intensity. It's not about pushing hard. It's about showing up daily. Long stretches of sitting can be harmful. So even if you can't commit to 30 minutes at once, get up every hour, do a few gentle stretches, march in place during commercials, walk while on the phone. And beyond the physical benefits, movement also lowers stress, improves sleep, boosts mood, all of which contribute to a healthier heart. Remember, the worst thing you can do is nothing. Start small, start slow, but start today. Even one step is a step closer to a stronger, longer life. 7. Limit salt and processed foods. Salt doesn't just flavor your food, it can silently damage your heart. For people over 65, excess sodium becomes a ticking time bomb. Here's why. Salt makes your body retain water, which increases blood volume. That added volume puts extra pressure on your arteries. Over time, this causes high blood pressure, thicker artery walls, and greater risk of heart attack. And the tricky part? Salt hides where you least expect it. We're not just talking about the salt shaker. It's loaded into canned soups, frozen dinners, packaged snacks, store-bought sauces. Even bread and breakfast cereals. Your kidneys, which naturally filter out sodium, also slow down with age, making things worse. That's why seniors should aim for less than 2,500 milliliters of sodium per day. That's about 2/3 of a teaspoon. Here's how to protect yourself. Read food labels carefully. Look for low sodium or no salt added. Cook more at home, so you control what goes in. Replace salt with heart-friendly herbs and spices. Garlic, turmeric, basil, lemon juice. Cut back on chips, pickles, deli meats, and packaged foods. And no, your meals don't have to be bland. Your taste buds adjust in just a few weeks. And what you gain in flavor is years of heart health. Every time you skip the salt, you're lowering your blood pressure, easing strain on your heart, and extending your life. Salt may be small, but its impact is massive. Worker 6. Get regular heart screenings. Just because you feel fine doesn't mean your heart is. One of the biggest mistakes seniors make is assuming no symptoms means no problems. But heart disease often develops silently, and by the time symptoms show up, it might be too late. That's why routine screenings after 65 are not optional. They're life-saving. Here's what should be checked regularly. Blood pressure, every few months, especially if you're on medication. Cholesterol and triglycerides at least once a year. Blood sugar, fasting glucose, and A1C. Crucial if you're pre-diabetic or at risk. ECG, electrocardiogram, can detect irregular heart rhythms. Stress test, if high risk. Reveals how your heart responds to exertion. Your doctor can catch hidden blockages, dangerous arrhythmias, early signs of heart failure, all before they turn into emergencies. And remember, prevention is easier than treatment. These screenings help. Guide. Your diet and exercise determine if you need medications, track progress, and adjust your health plan skipping checkups. Just because you feel okay is like ignoring a car's oil light because the engine still runs. The damage is happening. You're just not seeing it yet. So stay proactive. Book your checkups. Ask the right questions because one simple test might save your life. Number 5. Lower your stress levels. Stress isn't just in your head, it's in your heart. For seniors over 65, chronic stress becomes one of the most underestimated threats to heart health. And unlike high cholesterol or blood pressure, it doesn't show up on a routine test. But make no mistake, stress damages your heart from the inside out. Here's what stress does to your body. Raises cortisol and adrenaline, which spike blood pressure, tightens your arteries, increases inflammation, weakens your immune system, disrupts sleep, worsens diet, and triggers irregular heart rhythms. And the sources of stress in old age, they're often hidden. Loneliness, financial, concerns, health anxiety, the quiet burden of watching loved ones suffer. So what's the antidote? Start small, but start today. Breathe deeply. Even 3 to 5 minutes a day can reset your nervous system. Walk in nature. Sunlight and greenery calm the mind and lower cortisol. Write in a gratitude journal. Shifts your focus from fear to appreciation. Listen to calming music, especially in the evening. Talk to someone. Don't bottle it up. Express, share, heal. Avoid watching stressful news before bed. Avoid toxic conversations. And carve out intentional peace. Even just a few minutes each day. Because when you calm your mind, you lighten the load on your heart. Stress is invisible, but its destruction is real. Make peace a daily habit, not a vacation luxury. Your heart will thank you for every moment you spend in stillness. 4. Control your blood sugar. You don't need to be diabetic for blood sugar to silently damage your heart. After age 65, your body becomes less efficient at managing glucose, and even slightly elevated blood sugar levels can harm the blood vessels that feed your heart. Here's what happens when blood sugar stays high. It damages the inner lining of arteries, promotes inflammation, makes it easier for plaque to stick, leads to narrowed arteries, a direct path to a heart attack, and seniors with type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance, they're in the highest risk zone, especially if they don't even know they have it. So what can you do? Step 1. Get tested regularly. Fasting glucose A1C shows average blood sugar over 3 months, especially important if you feel fatigued, excessively thirsty, or have blurred vision. Step 2. Eat to stabilize, not spike ditch. Sugary drinks, white bread, and processed snacks focus on whole grains, leafy greens, low glycemic fruits like berries, healthy fats, avocados, nuts, lean proteins, fish, beans. Step 3. Move after meals. Just 10-15 minutes of walking after eating can significantly lower glucose spikes. This single habit alone has powerful long-term benefits. Step 4. Follow your treatment plan. If you're on medication, don't skip doses. And always talk to your doctor before making big dietary changes. Because uncontrolled sugar doesn't just damage your pancreas, it targets your heart first. A healthy heart begins with a balanced plate. You may not feel high blood sugar, but your arteries do. Every single day. Number 3. Keep your cholesterol in check. High cholesterol doesn't cause pain. It doesn't make noise. But it quietly clogs your arteries. Until one day, your heart can't take it anymore. Especially after 65, your body's ability to process fat slows down. Even if you eat the same foods, your risk rises. Here's what you need to know. What is cholesterol doing in your body? LDL, low-density lipoprotein. Bad cholesterol, builds plaque, narrows arteries. HDL, high-density lipoprotein. Good cholesterol, clears LDL from your system. When LDL is too high and HDL is too low, your heart is in danger. Why it matters more after 60. Arteries stiffen with age, plaque buildup accelerates, small blockages become big emergencies, heart attacks, strokes, and even sudden death. Your target levels: LDL, below 100 mmol, DL/HDL, above 60 mmol, DL. Total cholesterol, below 200 mmol, DL. What you can do: starting today, cut saturated fats, red meats, full-fat dairy, fried foods, eat cholesterol-clearing foods, oats, olive oil, nuts, fatty fish like salmon, fruits and vegetables, flax and chia seeds, high in fiber, plus omega-3s. Exercise regularly. 30 minutes a day improves HDL. Consider statins if your doctor recommends them. Sometimes diet alone isn't enough after 65. Medication can be life-saving. This isn't about short-term diet trends. It's about clearing your arteries before they clog beyond repair. Because cholesterol doesn't knock on your door with a warning, it builds quietly until the day your heart can't breathe. Number 2. Monitor your blood pressure. Closely, you can feel perfectly fine, but your blood pressure might be slowly killing you. That's why they call it the silent killer. After age 65, blood pressure tends to creep up naturally. But here's the deadly part. You won't feel it rising, you won't know your arteries are being damaged until it's too late. What high blood pressure is doing silently: weakens the walls of your arteries, increases risk of blood clots and aneurysms, damages kidneys and brain tissue, pushes your heart to work overtime, doubles your risk of heart attacks and strokes. Target: blood pressure, ideal, below 120/80 mmHg warning zone. Above 130/80 mmHg, every tick above those numbers, a step closer to a heart emergency. What seniors need to do: check your BP at home regularly, use an automatic monitor. Upper arm types are best. Track readings in a journal or app, share with your doctor on every visit. Reduce salt. Stick under 1,500 millimoles day. Stay active. Walking and stretching lower BP naturally. Lose excess weight. Even 10 pounds helps manage stress. Deep breathing, nature walks, or meditation limit alcohol and caffeine. Take meds seriously. If prescribed, never skip doses. It's tempting to say, I feel fine, so I must be fine. But blood pressure doesn't care how you feel. It only cares how long it can keep rising before your heart gives up. And one sudden spike could mean stroke, kidney failure, or cardiac arrest. So check, monitor, act. A simple $30 home device could buy you decades more life. 1. Take daily action, not just once in a while. Here's the raw truth. A heart attack doesn't happen in a day. It happens over decades of silent damage, ignored habits, and inconsistent choices. And yet, the opposite is also true. You can protect and even reverse heart risk the same way, through tiny, consistent actions every single day. Most people look for one magic fix: a superfood, a miracle supplement, a trendy diet hack, a one-time detox. But your heart doesn't respond to fads. It responds to discipline. Think of your heart like a bank account. Every walk you take, a deposit. Every soda you skip, a deposit. Every BP check, a deposit. Every healthy meal, a deposit. Every mindful breath, a deposit. Ignore it for a few days, you start overdrawing. Do that for weeks or months. Now you're headed for bankruptcy, in the form of a heart attack. Here's how you turn the tide. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for consistency. Plan your meals like appointments, move daily, even for 10 minutes. Track your numbers weekly: BP, glucose, cholesterol. Say no to excuses, and never wait for symptoms to act. Daily effort. Lifelong protection. This is not about fear. It's about freedom. The freedom to climb stairs without gasping. The freedom to play with your grandkids. The freedom to live into your 80s and 90s with strength and independence. And it all starts, not with one big change, but with the next small step you take today. Because consistency isn't sexy, but it's what saves lives.